If you can visualize something in your mind, that means that that thing that you can visualize actually exists energetically, which means even if you're not currently physicalizing it in your reality to experience in its physical form, it is an energetic potential that is experienceable by you. And you are an energetic being with an energetic frequency. You have a frequency signature that you are emitting reality into its physical form. And that frequency is determining what energetic potentials that all exist, what out of the entirety of creation you are allowing or disallowing yourself from experiencing. And what crossing a river actually means is it means going from one state of vibrational being to another state of vibrational being, so that you can, instead of attracting this reality that this frequency allows you to create, attract this reality which this frequency allows you to create. So let's dive deeply into crossing a river so that you can cross that river and get to the vibrational frequency that you need to be to allow yourself to allow everything that you're asking for. Okay, so here you are, a beautiful creator of reality. There you are, sitting in your life, and you are, as we know, building a physical reality around yourself so that you can experience yourself as a physical reality. So you are a vibration, and that vibration is emanating out of you, building a physical reality around you. And how it does that is reality actually flows from within you. And so everything you see is being built around you by your own frequency. So whatever vibrational frequency you are, you actually have inside yourself is the entire universe. You actually have access to anything you could possibly imagine. You have access to it. But you decide with your frequency what elements of reality, what elements of eternity of the universe you are physicalizing into an experienceable reality. And so if this being who is currently vibrating at a frequency of lack, and let's say that this pink color is representative of the lack frequency that this being is existing in and building a world around them. If this being wants to cross a river which is moved from this current point of consciousness in lack and move to a point of consciousness that is abundance, where they allow themselves to experience all of the things that they would define as abundance. They allow abundance to flow from within them so they can experience a physical reality of abundance. This person needs to move into this frequency instead of being in the frequency of lack, and then allow that new frequency of abundance to flow out into their reality. And this sounds really simple. This sounds like such an easy thing to do. And with practice and if you remain conscious enough, it is easy. And the more you do it, the easier it gets to just shift yourself into new points of consciousness so that you can attract from a new frequency and experience a new vibrational reality. However, the reason that we call this crossing a river is because all of this programming that this person has installed about lack has been building a world around them. And now they have all of these beliefs about the world that they're in, and they have now been living within all of this evidence. that the world is lackful, and that has further reinforced all of these beliefs that abundance isn't possible, they're living in lack. But this person has discovered techniques in which they now know that they create their own reality, and they have started to practice things like meditation, they have started to do affirmations, they have started to really try and move themselves into the abundant mindset. And as they do move into the abundant mindset, their body begins to move into abundance. And what happens when the body moves into this abundance? And we call this crossing the river, because even though this sounds like a very easy and obvious thing to do, all of these aspects of this person's reality are going to try and reaffirm themselves. This person has all of these fears installed, they have all of these definitions, they have all of these self-limiting beliefs, they have all of these negative definitions they've created about themselves and reality, and they have really started to live in this idea of lack, and therefore they now have all of this stuff that they need to get over, they need to let go of in order for this to be their vibration. So as this vibration comes through, all of this stuff, even though it would be amazing if it just disappeared, what actually happens is a process is beginning where this new abundant vibration is now activated and is now beginning to flow into this person's reality. And all of the ways that they are programmed into their reality are going to start to break away somehow. They're going to start having arguments with certain people. They're going to start not wanting to do certain things. They're going to start not wanting to hang out with that friend or that family member who validates their addiction to this emotion called lack. And so this person really isn't going to want to do a lot of the things in their life that are reinforcing this lack vibration. And that is quite difficult, because I want you to imagine that this person, we can see, because this is a drawing, that all of this is coming from lack. But this person is plugged into their reality. So they care about this friend who makes them feel lack. They love this family member who makes them feel lack. They're so used to going to this shop that reinforces their idea of lack. They have all of these beliefs that they feel safe within these beliefs because they know them, they recognize them. Letting go of those beliefs is the unknown, and it's scary. If they let go of these beliefs of lack, they might actually have to take a risk on themselves. Like, all of these things are scary. This illness that makes them feel lack is still there. Even though the frequency that's causing it is beginning to slow down, the illness is still there. So they are feeling even worse about aspects of their life because they are now a new vibration. This is why a lot of people can jump back into the old vibration, because when they actually have to look at all of this stuff, when they actually have to let go of all of this stuff, when they actually have to be the new person and not do the old things, it can scare a person, and a person can just say nope and just retreat back to the old vibration. But if the person and know that all of these things are moving out of their life and being taken out of their life because they represent lack, and trust that they have reignited a new vibrational frequency, and therefore the things that are lack can no longer exist within them. And that's why all of these things are falling away from this person's life. And if they can really just stay in the knowing and the trusting, the lack vibration will be overpowered and they will have crossed a vibrational river. And they will begin to see evidence of abundance take place of all of the parts of their reality that before represented lack. will now be representing the vibration of abundance. But this is the thing. Crossing a river is hard because we've become so attached to our limitations. If you want to get across the river, you have to hold yourself in the powerful knowing that you are the creator of your reality and you want to move into this new state of consciousness so you can allow better parts of reality, more in tune with the greater version of yourself, parts of reality to be experienced by you. And that means letting go of the parts of reality that have been woven into your physical experience from the old point of consciousness. And when you let all of that, when you do let all of that, because I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with. So if you have the lack thing going and there is a relationship in your life that is currently enforcing the idea of lack that you're using to validate your lack vibration, if you're able to let go of the way that that relationship was and let go of the lack and truly let it go and allow yourself to be the new vibration, it doesn't mean that that relationship won't come back as a renewed relationship. You have to trust that when you're the vibration, things that are meant for you will truly stay, and things that were literally just bringing lack into your life will fall away. And if somebody doesn't come back or if something doesn't come back, you have to accept that they were part of your experience to teach you about lack. And more people will come in to teach you now about abundance. You can't stay in one lesson forever. Like, the world is filled with 8 billion people. It has to be okay for you to let things go in order to let new things come in, and things that are of love, things that you can truly forgive and allow them to evolve with you, not hold on to the way things were and allow the relationship or the thing to come in a new renewed vibration without without all of the stuff from the past being ignited. Then you will be able to build from your new point of from your new frequency. So let me know if you have any more questions. Lots of love.